I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. Over the past couple of days, we've had a lot of fun talking about the power brokers of college basketball, the Big East Conference Tournament, the Big 12 Conference Tournament. Well, not everything's pretty in the world in which we live. Let's talk about the ACC. I think they should replace Atlantic for apathetic because that's how I feel. I'd rather watch women's hockey or men's figure skating. It's like choosing whether you want to watch the Oscars or the Emmys. You don't want to watch either. They both suck, but it doesn't mean we're not going to bet on it. I don't like the Duke Blue Devils. You don't like the Duke Blue Devils. Nobody likes the Duke Blue Devils, but they are a pretty good basketball team. I don't think they're Final Four contenders, but when it's all said and done, I don't see anybody beating Duke in their conference tournament. Take a look at the Florida State Seminoles, plus 700, providing some pretty good value. They win a couple of games. They could find themselves in the finale against the Duke Blue Devils, but at minus 139, I think Coach K's team actually presents the best value on the board out of every conference tournament. And it pains me to say this because I don't like the Duke Blue Devils, but nobody's going to beat them in this tournament. And at minus 139, I legitimately believe that Duke is the best bet on the board. Florida State at plus 700, definitely worth a look. Now, it's been a disastrous season for the North Carolina Tar Heels and their fans, but hey, you know what? Screw them. They've been spoiled for decades. It is what it is, and as I stated earlier, it ain't always pretty. Things are so bad, the Tar Heels are actually listed as 15-1 favorites. Roy Williams compared this season's disaster to the real disaster in Haiti. The only thing tragic about North Carolina basketball is being forced to watch it, and it ain't going to be pretty for the Tar Heel fans and their nation as they watch the Duke Blue Devils cut down the nets and win another ACC tournament. Cash that. We'll take it at minus 139. Let's take a look at the Big Ten. You talk about the Big Ten, and how can you not talk about Coach Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans? It ain't pretty. It's ugly. It's blue collar. But you know what? They put food on the table. Problem is, I don't think they're going to win this tournament. I think the Ohio State Buckeyes have morphed into the best team in the Big Ten Conference. Purdue is worth a look, and they're still good, even without Robbie Hummel. But I believe the Ohio State Buckeyes at plus 200 are worth a strong look. You know, you look at the conference right now, and maybe Illinois can get in if they go on a run. Maybe Minnesota can get in if they go on a run. But ultimately, I think it will be the powers that be that throw it down on Sunday at the Conseco Fieldhouse. And I think the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to be the ones cutting down the nets. Give me the Buckeyes. And much like the Duke Blue Devils, in which it pains me to do it, I'm a Michigan fan. Michigan aren't going on any special run in this tournament. Hurts me to say it, but I think the Buckeyes present the best value in the Big Ten Conference tournament. Conference USA. How about UTEP? Let's go mining, not for gold, but for cash. UTEP come into this conference tournament riding a 14-game winning streak. Everyone always looks at the Memphis Tigers. I don't think there's any value at all with the Memphis Tigers. Now, you look at Memphis, and they're really not that good. UTEP's a hot-as-hell basketball team. We're going to go mining at plus 200. And, hey, if we're wrong, we can always abort. And that's what I like to call a little live betting. You know, if you're wrong, that's what second-half lines are for. Sports Interaction all over March Madness, and nobody loves live betting more than I do. And, God knows nobody makes more mistakes than I do as well. But we can always correct our mistakes with a little live in-game action. I'm looking forward to the weekend's action. We got SEC conference tournament action going on as well, and it's Kentucky and everybody else. Kentucky had a couple of close scares during the regular season. I think they're going to be focused, and I think the Tennessee Volunteers might be worth a look. If anyone might be able to knock Kentucky off, I think Tennessee might be the team to do it. Bruce Pearl usually steps up and does his finest work of the year at this time of the year. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. Lay it down and win.